Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? The king of lightning is here today, bringing you guys and gals some Dragon Ball Super content, mainly pertaining to episode 86 of Dragon Ball Super, Goku versus Android 17. Now, this came out last week. I waited a week, but it came out last week, and when it came out, folks were going crazy, including myself, because it was kind of mind-numbing as to what was going on. But the Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball fandom was looking at what was going on, and we were rubbing our heads, thinking to ourselves, what in the name of whatever God you believe in is going on up in this bitch right here? So, I waited a week. I read some comments. Actually, I read a lot of comments, but there were so many I couldn't read them all. I did some quote-unquote research, aka Google. All right, it's 2017. Research equals Google. It is what it is. And I have notes on the matter at hand, and these notes come not only from the side of Goku's what the fuck, but also Android 17's what the fuck. There are two sides to this when it comes to just what the fuck overall. And hopefully this video gives you a better idea as to the overall sense of the fight between Android 17 and Goku. And there are nuggets of truth here or there. They really are. However, I am letting you know here and now. Generally speaking, it's just Akira Toriyama inconsistency. It is a mound of horse feces. The scaling, in many respects, is just like, ugh, are you kidding? Oh my. However, there are nuggets of truth that hopefully will give you greater insight as to the whole scope of this Goku versus Android 17 fight. Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue. Let's start with Goku's side here, because Goku's side is a little more complex, but there are more nuggets of truth, I would say, as opposed to 17's, where it's way more speculation and like, dog. The number one thing I saw in the comments section when I did the video last week on the topic at hand was key control. Key control. Key control. Key control. It was everywhere. Key control. Key control. You can't escape this shit. Goku, we have seen him utilize Super Saiyan Blue constantly, over and over again. For example, against Krillin in episode, I think it was 85, he used Super Saiyan Blue, and it was like, why? Well, against Krillin, why? Why does Krillin need Super Saiyan Blue? My guess here was that it was more so a respect type of thing. Goku and Krillin, they are quote-unquote best friends. I really do mean quote-unquote, because that friendship, but whatever. Best friends, showing some respect for Krillin, he went Super Saiyan Blue. He used the same form against Android 17, and one of the main things here I was hearing was key control. Goku in Super Saiyan Blue, he can control his ki better in this transformed state than in any other Super Saiyan state. The exceptions here would probably be base Super Saiyan, because he did spend a lot of time in Super Saiyan form doing regular things like fishing, sleeping, eating, just chilling in Super Saiyan form. We saw that before the Cell games, clearly. And the main reason why his ki control is better in Super Saiyan Blue is because Super Saiyan Blue is a state of serene, calm state of mind, which is actually the primary reason why Goku could use Kaioken. In the anime, he uses Kaioken on top of using Super Saiyan Blue. And honestly, while we're on that subject, it's important to note here that there are key differences between the manga of Dragon Ball Cho and the anime of Dragon Ball Super. And as far as I'm aware, they're both canon, which is absolutely loopy. So let's get the overall gist here. Goku went Super Saiyan Blue after going Super Saiyan, not necessarily to reach his pinnacle power of Super Saiyan Blue, but because that was, let's say, his second best state to be in, to utilize how much ki he should use against Android 17. Meaning, in a sense, he went Super Saiyan Blue to restrict his ki down to a lower level of power than that of, let's say, Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 2, because he can control his ki better in Super Saiyan Blue. Let me bring out numbers for you. So let's say base form Goku, his power is from, let's say, 1 to 10. And then we have Super Saiyan, that is from 11 to 30. Super Saiyan 2 is from 31 to 50. Super Saiyan 3 is from 51 to 70. And then Super Saiyan Blue is, let's say, 71 to 100. For now, let's just ignore Super Saiyan God, because in the anime, Super Saiyan God is no longer a thing. In the manga, that's different. That's different. The manga doesn't have a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken combination, but it does have Super Saiyan God. That being said, the way this ki control works is this. As far as I understand, Goku can fluctuate his ki at any given transformation and base state as well. When he's in base form, he can go from, let's say, ki levels of 1 to 10. He can be at 7, he can be at 2, he can be at 3. When it comes to Super Saiyan, he can be anywhere from 11 to 30. So he can be 12, he can be 29, he can be 27, something of the sort. This is where things get like, okay, when Goku's in Super Saiyan Blue, he's not just limited to being between 71 and 100. He can also restrict his ki and go all the way down to like 31, 25 if he needs to. And that's where things get strange to me. I always figure that when it came to transformations, there was always a maximum level cutoff. So you have Super Saiyan Blue 100%, and then you have Super Saiyan Blue 5% or 1%. The lowest you could possibly be in Super Saiyan Blue. But to me, the lowest that you could possibly be in Super Saiyan Blue would still be 71. However, he can go negative. As far as I understand, in the comment section in the previous video, Goku can drop down below 71. So his Super Saiyan Blue could be weaker than his Super Saiyan 3. And the main reason why he does so is because, and this was a key point as well in the comment section of the previous video for this topic, his Super Saiyan Blue utilizes less stamina than Super Saiyan 3 and potentially Super Saiyan 2. I can't say for sure Super Saiyan 2, but Super Saiyan 3, it uses way less stamina. So there's no reason to go Super Saiyan 3 when he can utilize the same power levels of Super Saiyan 3 with less stamina in Super Saiyan Blue. Though in the manga, in the Dragon Ball Cho manga, Super Saiyan Blue does still use up a chunk of his stamina, which is why Vegeta uses this combo. He goes Super Saiyan God, then spikes to Super Saiyan Blue for an instant to utilize that strength for a split second. But his base state for that period of time is Super Saiyan God, where Super Saiyan God requires the stamina than Super Saiyan Blue. But compared to Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan Blue is more efficient, apparently. So in this case, he wants to conserve stamina against 17, even though the fight wasn't long at all. It wasn't long at all, but he wants to conserve stamina against 17, so he goes Super Saiyan Blue, so he can utilize, let's say, his maximum strength of 100, but also use his weakest strength at 1. That's how the ki control works. He can still, and here's what I understand, he can still use ki control in Super Saiyan, in Super Saiyan 2, in base forms, and Super Saiyan 3, I'm not too sure, because Super Saiyan 3 is designed to use like 100% of his power at the time, and it uses up a fuck ton of stamina. But he can still utilize ki control in these forms. It's just much harder to do so. Much harder to do so in the sense of regulating down, going even lower than what like his baseline should be, because Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 are designed for maximum output, whereas Super Saiyan Blue is not designed per se for maximum output. It is simply the molding of the God Ki in his Super Saiyan form. That's the difference between Super Saiyan Blue and the other Super Saiyan forms, with again the exception of, I would say, regular Super Saiyan, which is why he goes Super Saiyan Blue more often, far more often than I think he should. Basically, Akira Toriyama just made Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 pointless by making the way Blue this tranquil state where he can even like regulate his ki all the way down to Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan levels. He has made Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 absolutely useless. It's crazy, but that's what's happening. This then goes back to Android 17. Android 17, he forced Goku to use Super Saiyan Blue because Goku states that he did not expect to use Super Saiyan Blue against Android 17. However, that doesn't mean that Goku's at 71. That doesn't mean that Goku's at 91. That means that anywhere between, and this is where shit gets stupid, bro. Anywhere between Super Saiyan 2, so 31, and the maximum 100% strength of Super Saiyan Blue, 100. That's Goku's scope of power against Android 17. So we're not too sure exactly where 17 lies from a strength point, but 17's strength is anywhere between the weakest of Super Saiyan 2 to the strongest of Super Saiyan Blue. Do you see how ridiculous key control can be in that sense? It's like this massive void of, we just don't fucking know. We don't know! We don't know, bro. We don't know. That's just the Goku side. That's where the reason why he would utilize Super Saiyan Blue so often comes from. If we say that Goku is not restricting his ki at all, he is going from the weakest, the 1% of Super Saiyan Blue to the 100% of Super Saiyan Blue in order to fight against 17. The question becomes then, how the hell did 17 become that strong? And now we go to 17's side. First and foremost, we have to assume that 17 trained. Piccolo at his finest and 17 were tangoing. And because his body is human-ish, meaning that he is an android, having, let's say, no real human limitations. So as far as I understand, sleeping and eating are options. So at the very least, Android 17 does not need to eat and sleep as much as a regular human being. So all that free time can be dedicated to training. In this regards, he's been training ever since, let's assume, he's been training since the end of the Cell Saga. That is a lot of years of training. What exactly he was doing training-wise, who the hell knows? But that's how he became as powerful as he is right now. When episode 87 came out with the Galactic Poachers, I was hoping that there would be some context as to why Android 17 was so powerful, but there was nothing there. Android 17 didn't even know who these poachers were. When you had Dende mention how Goku, has had no idea what's been going on planet Earth because he's been up in space for most of the time, as of late. That would imply, at the very least, that there would be dangers that would threaten the planet itself, and these dangers would be neutralized by Android 17. Come on, at the very least, that's what Dende was getting at. The bedrock as to why Android 17 is that powerful, assuming that Goku is using at the bare minimum 1% of the actual Super Saiyan Blue strength, not going into the negatives, not going at Super Saiyan, not going at Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 strengths, but genuine Super Saiyan Blue strengths. There is no bedrock as to why 17 is that powerful. Aside from assuming that he trained for that long, and his training was that intense to where he could be that powerful, where he can even compete with the gods of the multiverses if he so choose to. It's not just the fact that he's competing with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. It's also the fact that he has reserves. He still has stuff to offer. He still did not showcase his maximum strength. Whereas Goku is in the same way. He has a new form of some kind, and he has not showcased that yet. Granted, he didn't even use the Kaioken. So maybe Goku was talking about going Kaioken, but I would guess that he means his new stuff. Basically, when it comes to 17, we really just don't know. At this point in time, we just have to assume that he trained for that long, and in a similar fashion of Frieza. I mean, truly, in a similar Frieza fashion, he attained, quite honestly, godly strength and godly ki levels. When it comes to Goku, hopefully I cleared up as to why Goku now utilizes Super Saiyan Blue more often. I still hate it. I really do. It bugs the piss out of me. Honestly, a scouter would be nice. Like a scouter that could read God Ki and those levels of Ki would be awesome, because then we can get like number values as to like what is the number strength of Goku in Super Saiyan Blue fighting against 17. Is that same number strength equal to that of when he was fighting against Golden Frieza? It could be, but it couldn't be. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we just really don't know. We just really don't know. And I will leave it at that. So of course, give me your thoughts on the matter at hand, and I'm going to see you cats later. So be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do, I guarantee you, because at your disposal, you have a device called Zaymouse. Ooh. So you use this to rate the video, to subscribe, to click on the bell below for notifications, to join the notification squad. Also, you can comment in the comment section down below. Again, let me know your thoughts on the matter at hand, And I'm going to see you cats later. King Lightning, peace, and have a nice goddamn day.